Hello. Okay, so Apple just dropped its huge September event, and honestly, it was a tidal wave of new stuff. We're talking new iPhones, new Apple Watches, and some seriously smart new AirPods. There is so much to get through here, from pro features finally trickling down to the regular models to some, let's just say, interesting fine print. So let's break it all down. What's new, what's different, and what it actually means for you. And right out of the gate, you can tell this year is different. Like John Velasco from Tom's Guide said, Apple has gone off script. This isn't just about small, yearly updates. Nope, we're seeing some really big changes in their strategy, especially with how much value they're suddenly packing into their entry-level gear. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so here's what we're going to cover. We'll kick things off with the star of the show, of course, the entire new iPhone 17 family. Then we'll jump over to the next-gen Apple Watch. And after that, we'll see how the AirPods Pro are basically becoming more than just headphones. And you're going to want to stick around for the end, where we get into all the crucial details, the ecosystem stuff, and the fine print you absolutely need to know before you even think about buying. First up, the iPhones. You know, the big story this year isn't really about the most expensive Pro models. It's actually about how many of those awesome premium features are now on the standard iPhone 17, which kind of makes it the most interesting phone of the whole bunch. And this is the number that just made everyone's jaw drop, $799. Yep, even with all the rumors about prices going up, Apple kept the base iPhone 17 at the exact same price as last year. But the crazy part isn't the price. It's what you now get for that price. So here it is, the full 2025 lineup. You've got the iPhone 17 starting at that sweet $799 spot. Then there's the new, super thin iPhone Air at $999. And of course, the Pro and Pro Max at $1,099 and $1,199. But look closely. A couple of things really stand out. First, every single model now starts at 256 gigs of storage. That is a huge deal for the base model. And second, while the iPhone 17 gets the new A19 chip, the Air and the Pro models all get that beefier A19 Pro. But let's really dig in here, because the base iPhone 17 is the real winner this year. For that same $799, you are now getting a 120Hz ProMotion display. You know, the super smooth screen that used to be only for the Pro models? Yeah, you get that now. You also get double the storage, a seriously upgraded 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and faster 40-watch charging. This is just a massive, massive jump in value. Okay, let's talk power. The A19 Pro chip that's in the Air and the Pro models, it's a beast. Early scores show about a 15% performance jump over last year, putting it right up there with the best from Snapdragon. But here's the kicker. Apple is claiming up to 40% better sustained performance. So what does it actually mean for you? Well, it means smoother high-end gaming, way faster video editing, and just more muscle for all those on-device AI tasks. And it's not just the cameras on the back getting an upgrade. The entire iPhone 17 lineup now has a new 18-megapixel front camera with a feature called Center Stage. It's got a much wider lens so you can fit more people in your selfies. But the really clever part is the auto zoom. The phone just intelligently crops in to give you the perfect framing whether you're holding it vertically or horizontally. You don't have to do a thing. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about what's on your wrist. The new Apple Watch family is here, and this year it's all about two things: smarter, more proactive health tracking and new safety features for when you're way out in the middle of nowhere. We've got three new models. The SE3, which starts at just $249, finally gets an always-on display. About time. The main Apple Watch 11 from $399 is thinner and introduces these new hypertension alerts and a sleep score. And then for the serious athletes and adventurers, the Ultra 3 at $799 cranks the battery life up to 42 hours and adds satellite messaging. Now, about that new blood pressure feature, there's been a lot of chatter, so let's be super clear about what this thing is and what it isn't. So is the Apple Watch 11 a blood pressure monitor? The short answer is no, not really. So here's the deal. The feature is called hypertension alerts. It's not giving you a reading like a cuff would, like 120/80. Instead, it uses the heart rate sensor to analyze trends over a 30-day period. And if it sees a pattern that could point to hypertension, it'll send you an alert. So you should really think of it as an early warning system, a little tap on the shoulder to say, hey, maybe go see a doctor and use a proper cuff. And hey, here's some good news if you're not planning to buy a new watch this year. That new sleep score feature, the one that gives you a number out of 100 for how well you slept, Well, it's coming to a whole bunch of older watches with the new WatchOS 26 update. So if you've got a Series 6 or newer, a 2nd Gen SE, or any of the Ultras, you're getting it too. All right, next up, the AirPods Pro 3. Apple is really pushing these as more than just a way to listen to your playlists. With all the new AI and hardware tricks, they're turning into a powerful tool for your life, basically becoming your personal translator and your personal trainer all in one. And the headline feature is, well, it's an absolute game changer. It's something straight out of science fiction. With the new AirPods Pro and Apple Intelligence, the universal translator from Star Trek, it's pretty much here. So how does this magic work? It's actually pretty simple. Your iPhone does all the heavy lifting. It listens to the conversation, uses Apple Intelligence to translate it on the fly, and then shows the translation on your screen for the other person to read. Meanwhile, you hear the translated voice right in your AirPods. And because the iPhone is the brains of the operation, this feature is also coming to the AirPods Pro 2 and the regular AirPods 4. At launch, it's going to support English, French, German, Portuguese, and Spanish. But, and this is a huge but, there's a catch. If your Apple account is from the EU and you're actually in the EU, this feature won't be available. It's almost certainly because of Europe's tough data privacy and AI rules, like GDPR and the AI Act. So for now, users there are out of luck. And beyond all that translation stuff, the new AirPods Pro are now a legitimate workout buddy. They have in-ear heart rate monitoring, so you can track your workout without even wearing a watch. They're tougher too, with an IP57 rating for dust, sweat, and water. Throw in a better fit with 5 different ear tip sizes and twice the noise cancellation, and yeah, they're ready for the gym or a run in the rain. Okay, we've gone through all the shiny new tech, but before you get too excited and pull out your wallet, let's talk about the practical stuff: release dates, hidden costs, and which older models are about to disappear. This is the fine print. Oh right, get your calendars out, here's the timeline. The new software, that's iOS 26 and watchOS 26, is rolling out on September 15th. Then, just 4 days later on September 19th, all the new hardware starts shipping: the iPhones, the Apple Watches, and the AirPods Pro 3. Now, for a little detail that might catch you off guard, when you unbox your brand new AirPods Pro 3, you won't find a charging cable. Yep, that's right. The USB-C cable is now sold separately. Apple's betting you already have a drawer full of them, but it's definitely something you should know about. And hey, if you're thinking about skipping a case or AppleCare Plus, just take a look at these repair costs. With AppleCare Plus, cracking your screen is a manageable $29. Without it, you're looking at a painful $379. And it gets crazier for other damage, which jumps from $99 to $749. It really makes you think about the cost of that extra protection. Out with the old, in with the new, right? As of this launch, Apple is cleaning house and has stopped selling a bunch of popular models from their store. That includes last year's iPhone 16 Pro, the iPhone 15 series, and the last generation of the Apple Watch, the Watch Ultra, and the AirPods Pro. You can probably still find them at other stores for a while, but the clock is officially ticking. So there you have it. That's the 2025 lineup. We've seen Pro features finally come to everyone, earbuds that are getting way smarter, and watches that are looking out for our health. The big takeaway here is that the value, especially for the standard iPhone and the AirPods, has never been this good, which of course leaves us all with one big question. With all this new tech on the table, is now finally the time for you to upgrade? If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.